Okay. Wait a second. So I'm pointing that way towards this wall, which is really weird. That means my cat. Cat, are you white? It's my baby. Hey, kitty. Oh, alive. It's my kitty. Can you hear her purring? Come on, come on. I'm going to make it as comfortable as I could. Are you not comfortable? The only thing she likes to do, every cat is different, right? Just go. I know. So has anybody ever seen this? Like I did this. Okay, if you want to know if you really, what do you want to believe in this book, in this, on this site where you are right now, if you want to delve into my mind and see how I think, or if you don't want to believe what I say, that's your prerogative. But I will tell you that I made this shirt close to 20 years ago with no idea in my head that the organization, okay, of this planet and the movements of our solar system, our astrological system, is actually right here. That when you looked at this, dividing between the two sides, which it looks like a split heart, is what some say is the lightning bolt. The division between the two gates. Light 10, 9. 10 and 9, when you reduce, see there's things about number. The only time you reduce twice is when you end up with a 10. When you end up with a 1 and 9, 10, with a 9 and 1, 10, with a 2 and 8, 10, and an 8 and 2, 10. Mathematically, they're the same, but in reality, they're not. Take a look at this. This is one of the reasons why they're not, right? You see these here, right? Now, let's say we're going to do a 3 and 7 equals to a 10, and a 7 and a 3 equals to a 10, and then we're going to do a 4 and a 6 equals to a 10, a 6 and a 4 equals to a 10, right? But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 4s, or I got 4 6s. So there is a difference. There is definitely a difference. The other thing about this that I learned from the game of cribbage, which is the game of 15 equaling 120. If you add 1 through 15, it equals to 120. And the game of cribbage is all about getting 15s, right? And the end of the game is 100. And if I understand it correctly, does cribbage end at 120 or 121? The cribbage is to be the first player to score 121 or 11, 11. 11 times 11 equals 121. 11 and 11 equals to 22. Now, that's part of an equation, right? So we understood this to do with the cubes. When we play cribbage, what happens is both the opponent, both opponents have 6 and 6. But when they start the game from their 6 and 6, they relinquish 4 to a pot. Each player of 6 and 6 puts 4, and we end up with 4, 4, 4. I don't like the way my camera is like. Right, and let me take a look if I can arrange. Let me see if I got a camera thing here, Logitech. I have new software. I want to check it out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Webcam controller. Oh, this is not the right one. No webcam detected yet. I have a webcam here. It's not being detected. Just give me a second. How in the world is that other camera working? Okay, so let's keep on going. Get this out of the way over here. So now we have to understand that cribbage, right? Cribbage. Like when I'm telling you something, I'm telling you that you can ask me anything because every single thing that I do, or almost everything that I do, or just about, or you decide. You know what I'm saying? You decide on your own. Is this a dice cube? You call this a dice cube? What would you say 99 out of 100 people will say? What do you think 99 people will say about this? Right? What number would they call this? If you walked into a casino, what would they call this? If you played backgammon or Monopoly, what would they call this? What would they call this? I reckon it's a 5. I reckon it's a 2. If I flip it around, it's a 5. 5 and 2 is 7. 6 and 1 is 7. Right? 4 and 3 is 7. When I have 6 numbers on this dice, I actually want to play with 6 dice, right? Should I be playing with 6 dice? Or should I reorganize my dice, right? Okay, with 6 numbers, I will have one opposite 6, one opposite 5, one opposite 4, one opposite 3, one opposite 2. That'll be 5, right? Then I'll go 2, okay? Opposite 3, 2 opposite 4, 2 opposite 5, 2 opposite 6, right? 2 opposite 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that'll be 4. So now I got 9. Then I'll go 3, right? But should I be going 2 opposite 4, 4 opposite 3? Well, I want to show you something. That the 6 is either going to be this way or this way. When it's this way, on this cube, the 3 is up. Why isn't the 3 going in the other direction? What is this cube telling me the way it is? And then we can look at all the other combinations that we don't see so we can understand what's going on, right? And should we look at the amateur or the professional, right? The amateur or the professional. So anyways, let's get back to cribbage. The word crib, or how about if we write crib the other way, 2932, which also goes with the ram, right? And also goes with the pig. So we all begin life, and we all get into the crib or the brick. See the way the crib is coming back? 3, 9, 12, and 18, 32. Is it brick or bricks? Mars. Once you add an S, the S is the 19th letter. As the 19th letter, what is 1 and 9? 1 and 9 is noted to be 19. That's a French terminology for 19. In English, right, if you were in a position, you would be 19th. So the position. If you were getting a score, right, it would be 19 as a score. How did you achieve that score? What was the maximum score? Or did we start at 0 and we made any score? And what was that score? How was the score made? Was it a 6-point TD, touchdown, 2 and 4? 2 and 4, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 8 and 6. You have 8 and 6, you need a 7, you get a touchdown, you get an extra point. The hands go up, 2 arms go up. What is it telling you? Is it 2 hands like this or 2 hands like this? Is this the wings? I don't know, but those are the questions. So in football, you get the scoring of 6, 1, 3. In basketball, you get 3, 2, and 1. And when you get the 3, you are beyond the arc. Now, when do we use the words beyond? Further than what you can see, beyond the post because I can't describe anything? Or beyond recognition, right? Beyond recognition. I didn't notice your looks were beyond recognition. I have to remember I have a dentist appointment on the Monday. I'm a normal person like everybody else. So yes, so now I'm going to get a glass of water in the kitchen. I'm going to come back. Comments, please. I'm looking for comments. I'm looking for Discord. I'm looking for Discord. I would have connected to my TikTok channel this time. Somehow I got this cat cut stuff, which I just like to get off. I asked somebody to get it off, and I said, "Can you help me get this cat cut off?" And you know what they said to me? They said, "Well, why do you touch all the buttons?" Hey, if you ask me a favor because I know how to remove it, I'll gladly do it for you. I'm not going to stress you out. Normal. So now when you have the normal, the first part is the lamb, and the second part might as be the time is the beast. The time, the beast of burden. And I use this because when you write normal, just like when you write Ronald, right, the word can be switched around for Arnold. Now it's Arnold Ziffel like a sniffle, right? And Arnold can detect in the air what the temperature is going to be. And it was from the silver world, the AG world. It was Green Acres. Green Acres is a place to be. You know what I'm saying? Green Acres, the show. Every single show, television show, is part of the transparent sharing of our Creator. Nothing was kept away from us with everything that we know is just part of the piece of the puzzle. What we do with it is something different. But the good old Lord, I'm not saying he, I just say the good old Lord, right? Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, the Lord. And it keeps going back the same thing over and over. The heavens of Mars, everything keeps linking up to how we have this Earth-like cube, right? 27 areas. And then we have this 2 cube, these 8 areas that moves inside the 8 areas of Earth. It moves to this corner, 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 to this corner. Does it go back to the center? Is it split open like an egg? I don't know exactly how it moves, but what I do know is that if it had to move everywhere, right, it would move exactly like that. Can it ever be in the dead center? If we had to locate the gearing as seen it as the lines on the paper, I'm going to get my water. I'm going to come back. Hi, Cindy. Do you remember just after I lost my cat, I made this. It says they cause it, or are they the treatment? And on it, on one of my other ones, if you look it up, it's written to remember Madame Curie. Madame Curie related to horses. Horses related to penicillin. Horses to horsepower. Horse number 65. Horse at the seventh gate, the seventh Chinese zodiac sign. Libra, balance, is the next zodiac sign, but this is now in the Western astrology. See the way we use the Western, but we're on the West Coast, which is like would be near LA, and it's not the Eastern astrology, it's the Western astrology. So if we came from the East, we're now in the West. So if we now watch The Wizard of Oz, where Oz, O-N-Z, equals to, if I remember correctly, 77 in Chaldean, where in Chaldean, U, V, and W are 6, 6, and 6. Relationship to what Venus is, what the Venus creation is. Yes, and every time I see LAM together, I think of AM, which is the soul. I think of the lamb or the sheep, the wool being pulled over our eyes. They're in the meadow. The L letter is what brings the old world 3 and 9 creation, or that's our world, from the world of where we were whole at 10. A, B, C, D, 10 makes us whole, which makes us be Mars. Mars is connected to the E world, and Mars is connected to Jupiter, and Mars is connected to Saturn. As well in the void, Mars is connected in the void corners over here. Now, is Mars the 4 on the inside, or is Mars the 4 corners on the outside? There's only 2 parts in here that would be Mars. The other 2 would be Venus. It's Venus creating Mars. First you have Venus, then you have Mars. Then you have the half-life, where life is created. Life is created on the cross, right over here, on the cross. To the east and to the west. Accent aigu and accent grave. We said American. In Canada, we start with Canadian. In America, we start with American. One is the AN, the other is the AM. This is what happens to them. Here, on this side, is the M, but I went into the N position. This one over here is the N. Okay, let me do it again. Is the N, and I went into the M position. That's what I do. When I do this point over here, pending, if I hit the separation perfectly, right, that'll mean that'll be a Mars separation. Mars is like that, right? It's the heart of the area. The Earth has a heartbeat. Let me show you the heartbeat of Earth, right? Here is the window of Mars. It's a 22 ape go. Here is Earth, right over here. I'm going to stick Mercury right in the center of Earth. We can't have it without, right? I got 4 Mercuries in the, right, for Venus over here, or is it Venus over here? These 2 over here, right? This one is 33, right? This is 33 mass. Or how about Sam? Or how about the rotation, okay, is over here. And the rotation of this is 4 and 4, equaling to what is 8. This will be 8, this will be 6. 68 is the house planet and is the divided 7th gate. To note that 6 will be found with 3 and 8 will be found with 1. Where do we find that? We find it over here. When you see 1 here, we have to find the basic, we have to find out what this is with the blueprints of this, and the blueprints of this is right over here. I'm going to take a look, and we got the 4 corners. We got the 4 corners, right? We got the four corners, and then we got the empty space, and we got the empty space, and then the center here, well, this one shows me that there is a center, and this one shows me that there are centers. When I have these two, I don't need when I have these two, right, I can't have the one in the center. How we reach the one in the center, it's below. Only the 6 will create a true 7. 6 and 1 is the only true 7. And you know what's ironic? 15 plus 14 plus 5 equals to 34. Look at that. 3 and 4, 7. Look at that. 3 and 4, 7. And the 6, because 6 and 1 makes 7, equals 52. Oh my God, 5 and 2, 7. Do you think this place was created? Or this is just somebody just figured out to do it that way, right? Somebody, when was number 1 and 6? How long do I have to go back to find out where 1 and 6 was created? And what would 1 would look like? You notice that the 1 plays in all these 3 positions. You have a 1 area here. You have a 1 area here. You have a 1 area here. Did you know that these letters is this over here? Did you know that 6 and 8, that is divided by the 7th gate, and it's not by my doing, right? That when you have a 6, a 4 and 2 equals to 6. You have a 3 and 5 equals to 8. That if I went 5 times 3, 5 plus 3 equals to 15, 4 times 2 equals to 8, equals to 24, equals to 23. 13.5 is the division of the alphabet between the 13M and the 14N, the moon and the sun, the electronic sun, divides up. You want to see what else is 135? S-U-N, bringing 2 worlds together through the S letter. AI comes together, the J comes together. The 13 and the 5 is where orange will now show up, because when you go to the game of pool, in the game of pool where there are 15 balls, the 13 ball and the 5 ball will both be orange, and that'll be made up with a yellow and a red. The soul and the spirit coming together, the fire hot devil in the spirit. The freedom of choice for the good, the bad, and the evil. You have to make that choice. Will you drive the car on the proper side of the street, avoiding? Do not interfere. Imagine if the car you drove, right, was actually the internet system and the car just drove into everything. Nobody would receive the message. So we have to understand what the laws are of communication. The law of communication, this law of receiving information and the law of sharing that information or using the information. I'm not really sure which way to say it. I'm just trying to figure out how to plug my phone in just in case I need it. You already saw that we started this video off with brick. Brick is number 32. I started in the crib. We saw that 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. The alphabet divides on these 2 numbers. The alphabet divides D, C. And in this, you get 6 and 10. Where does that come from? I'll show you. A, B, C, D. We're going to stop over here. We're going to call this one of the wings, right? We're going to put E in the center, and then we're going to go F, G, H, and I. With A, B, C, D, it equals to 10, as A1, B2, C3, D4 equals to 10. Where A, B, C equals to 6, and B, C, D equals to 9, and A, C, D equals to 8, and A, B, D equals to 7. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? We're missing the 5. When we connect 6 and 4, 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 2 and 8, we passed by the E position. E, J, O, Y. My E joy is my stick. My stick is number 62. The 10th letter, the 15th letter, the 25th letter. This one and this one. The O equals to 15. The Y equals to 25. Mars equals to 51. Earth equals to 52. How about a V1 and a V11? How about doing this to a short count? M, right, is the 13th letter. Let's call it 4. A is the first letter. Okay, let's call it 1. R is the 18th letter. 1 and 8 is 9. S, more than 1, bringing two worlds together. The 19th letter. The first reduction is 10. The second reduction is 1. In the first reduction, we end up with 24. In the second reduction, we end up with 15. The X and the O, tic-tac-toe, 66 at the divided gate of 68. Through Mars, the one spirit into the heaven between the sun and the moon and the earth. 4 by 13 is the 52 weeks. 3 by 18 is the 54 numeric value for sun and love. 3 by 19 is 57, the moon. Mars is not included, but this is Mars itself that created this reality. 4191. 4191. Here you have Mars, the fourth finger where the ring goes. Marriage. And then you get the birth. The birth, B-I-R-T-H. It's a moon birth, right? It's a moon ring. The ring is 48. You're Pluto. You're born from the planet Pluto, and that's 84. It's your half-life, right? And, whoop, it's 84, right? And this is 28. This is your cycle in the moon. We have to multiply by this equals to 48, and we multiply it by this equals to 84. Right? There's a whole lot of information. There's a whole lot that's going to go on. You see, if we had a sun birth, right, like that, okay, where we can put our heart, born into the B world, born into the A world, born into the B world, this word over here, right, equals to a total of 54. This one equals to 57. That's 3 by 18. Step up one level. This only steps up one level. This is where your 9 and your 10 comes in. They're stuck together. Your 9 and your 10, your light tenine. Light, 10, 9. 42, 39. 10 and 9 is 42 and 39 equals 81 Venus. 6 and 3, that's our basic creation, our 360 degrees of creation. C and F. It's a 3-1-3 creation because we add in the separation, the operator, Luna, the moon. We're not here without the communication center. How do you want to communicate? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? How did you get into that body? How are you speaking and loving life or wanting life or not wanting life or deciding and doing things? But who are you? I'm the holder. I have 70% water in me. I'm communicating. There's an outside source. And I wouldn't say this wholeheartedly if I didn't put 20 years of my life into this. And I've been thinking and seeing the alphabet since the age of 10. It was a horrible dream. It was so confusing, it made me nuts. I used to jump into my mother's arms. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions. I'm going to show you again how does that S come together. So I moved a lot of my books around, so I might have to redraw some stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do, right, is I'm just going to draw you up. I don't think I have it here. No, just give me a second. I don't know where I put it. Oh, okay, I have part of it here. Right here. These are the two wings, right? These are your two wings. This is your first wing. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9 equals to 30. That's your first wing. Your 10 and your 30. Your upper and your lower house. They're the same. When you play tennis, you get 9 and 6, 15. You get 7 and 8, 15. Once you get these two, you have 30. The next points count as 10. The next counts as game. This is what connects them together. When we connect them together with this, and I should probably look for my other book, you know, because I really should look for my other book. It doesn't matter. I'll just redo it, right? You have this one here, and then you have this here. And what you do is you have that, right? You have that L, but you have one down here also. These are your two that come together. Now, what do? You do one of two things. You connect them together. You connect the lower wing with the upper wing, and you end up with this. We can do it again. Now, what does this do? What does all this do? Okay, this is a process of understanding what's going on with your numbers. Where do your numbers show up? There's more than one kind of 5. There's more than one kind of 2, right? This one over here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, right? And this one over here, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and then we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to connect. Here's my 5, here's my 2. Here, I went 1, 2, 3, 6 equals to 9, 10, 11, 12. Here, I did 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I get that? No, here I did 4, 7, 8, 9. 13 and 15 equals 28, cycle of the moon. On this one over here, I did 10 and I did 30. I did A, B, C, D, and over here I did, let me see, I did 6, 7, 8, and 9. If I was in Canada and they take the penny off the market, right, this one and this one would go over here. This one and this one would go over here, and this one and this one would go over here. So we're going to take out, and we're going to do a new equation, and this equation is going to be for the Canadian penny, what they did to the understanding, right? So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to take, this is the third area, and this one's the fourth area. and the 5th area, and the 6th area, and the 7th area. Oh no, it's 3, 4, 5. Yes, 3, 4, 5. This is what it is, right? And then what we would have, I got a design on the floor for this, right? So this is what it would look like. When they took the penny off the market, if it's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, you pay 5. Does anybody see this and recognize anything? There's 365 days a year, 0.47. 22 is lost to the clock. It's your 8 go. That's the way I look at it. 22 is for life inside the E world. 47 is time, 74 is beast, 74 is energy, 74 is cross, 47 is bull. Our basic creation is here. Your 3 and 6, your creation of life, right? Your 3, 6 creates your 9 life. This is where you live. Your backbone is here. You're backed up by the moons of Mars, right? I'm not sure which moons we're going to get in Mars. I don't know if it's your creation moon 3 and 7, and then we live the 4 and 6, the 10, 10, 20, plus the 5 in the center. We must live with the 5 backbone, and they tell it to us right over here. If our basic creation is Father, Abba, A-B-B-A, and you turn it over, we need to find some horsepower. Horse and wolf, what great big teeth you have, right? 56 is for wolf. 56 is for 3, the basic trinity of creation. Between here and here is 3, between here and 3, between here and here is 1 and 1. Direction. When we go from this way and that way, we count it as 1. It's 1, 1, 1. Sorry, it's 1, 1. Let me get through that again. It's 1, 1, 1, right? Now, if I count up and down, it's 3, 3. From here to here is 3. From here to here is 3. From here to here is 1. Okay, let's go 3, 3, 3. It's actually to go over 1 and to go over 1. It's actually 1 and 1. If I go over 1, 1, 1, I go over into the next connection. So I have 1, 1. I have 3, 3. I also, right, I have 1, 1 here, 1, 1 here, and 1, 1 here. So I got 1, 1. Okay, I have 3, 3 here, 3, 3 here, and 3, 3 here. Then I have over here. You see, over here is the 8, right? Over here is the 6. Did I get the yes? Over here is the 9. So here and here is going to be 3. Over here is the 1 and the 4. There's going to be 3. So going up and down is going to be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now if I go on this angle, look at that. 6 and 8. There's a difference of 2. Now what about if I went over from here to here? Well, this one's the 4. And this one's the 2. Right? And there's a difference of 2. So when I run on this angle, I'm going to get 2, 2, 2. When I run on this angle over here, and where can I do that? I'm going to put a number over here, and the number over here is 8. So when I run on that angle, right, here's going to be 2. When I run on that angle, we get 4, 4, 4. So our basic of all creation is A, B, C, D. And whatever you're telling me is the direction that we're going to be going. And at the same time, they're going to show it to me here. If I have it scooping up from the bottom right to the top left, I got 1 or 6 on top. I also have the 8 void and the 3 void equaling to 11. If I have the 4 on top and the 3 on the bottom, I have the 5 void and the 6 void equaling to 11. So it just shows you there's 5 here and there's 6 here. I just told you that 65 is the word horse. 65 is the word 7. Imagine 7 creates 11, right? They also in the game of craps, right? I also like to call it the students of Mars, and everything begins on 4th. We run 4th all the way to 20th. We showed you the yo. Well, if the O had 4 corners, right, it'd be 4 by 90. if the Y has the 3 corners, it'd be 3 by 1, 20. This one would be 20-minute periods in hockey. This one would be 4 quarters, right? The 4 quarters of the 12 minutes in basketball. Shooting 3 points from beyond the arc. 2 points for everything else. And when you get a foul, right, you can go to the line. Lionel, Enil, I'm just trying to look. You go to the line. So we have this. Now at the same time, 5 and 1 is 6. Look at that. 2 and 5 is 7. Look at that. Earth and Mars. This would be 6 and this would be 7. In the spirit of 76, the half-life, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 6 and 7. Now, I was going to show you some of the mathematics that went with this. Not really sure who didn't find what yet. And then this is this, right? But there's also 4 times 2 times 1 equals to 8. 4 times 3 equals to 12. 4 times 3 times 2 equals to 24. And this one equals to 6. The ABC is 66. What this does next, I'm not really sure which way to go with this. I know this is going to tell me if I work this out, right? This is going to be 33. This is going to be XI. This will be 911. This is the base for this. This is part of your creation. The reason for that, okay, is the X is the 24th letter. The I is the 9th letter. The reverse of this is C and R, right? That equals to 21. Perhaps it's something to do with the cube. It's the CAR. It might be the race. The reason for that is it's AR and it's CE in the sound of, right? So perhaps it might just be the race car all in one word. Or how about the RACE, the division of what R is? Perhaps R, right, is not exactly the way the way we see it or perceive it. Perhaps the R looks like this, or is it this way, or is it this way, or is it this way? Is it a TV antenna, or is there another R this way, or another R this way, or an R this way, or an R this way? So here's your R letter. Now, is it turned? Is it locked in? Is it shin, 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 the 3-headed shin or the 4-headed shin? What is it all about the R? We're going to have to figure that out. So at the same time, if you take a look, right, when you create the R, from the R is the M. And then it looks like sigma, signal testing system. It also looks like the E, so there's a whole bunch of things stemming out when you finish creating that R letter. So we saw everything that's going on here, right? But this is a base. This is a base. If I take the O and went 6 times O, that would be 90, right? If I go 5 times O, right, that would be 75. That's electric. If I go 4 times it, this is your base of creation. Perhaps time runs electric, right? The next level up of what fits into this. And this is inside your E world on the 3rd level of 5, also noted to be what is 30. The crossing over 5 with 3 of these is going to equal to 30. There are 4, but you'll never do more than 3 at a time. There's 4 of them. You'll never do more than 3 at a time. The first one will count for 40, and all the other ones, right, will count for 120. The total will be 160, right? But you'll never use them all. You're going to use this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, right? Different kinds of poles, the pole action. Do you follow what I'm saying with this? So just give me a second. I'm going to get a little bit of water. There's just so much information, and I know I still get the comments, what are you talking about? This is the information before the information gets fed into the computer, right? We need this information to understand the skeleton of what it is. The skeleton, the word Aries, Aries, Bélier, the first zodiac sign. Right away, I'm going to the rat. I'm going to the rat. In no of the astrological realities do we ever start in January. We start in April, we start in the middle of January, all the way up to February with the Chinese zodiac, the Chinese New Year, in which I don't believe half the people know the reality of why they chose the animals they did. And I've heard the story before. The rat, number 39, creation, birth, your first birth creation. In fact, ox and rat, one is a 3-letter, one is a 2-letter. 3 and 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I is a single letter that says I, talking about how many single letters can we use in the alphabet to talk about ourselves. Well, we can, or talk about anything. We can say, are you going? The one spirit in the heaven. Are you going? Alpha, beta, father, creation. Because the U is 21. 2 and 1 is 3, so that's creation, both mother and father, coming from the center and going forward. 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 says father, Abba. When you use this in bowling and you say it in French, it means a strike. A strike means you had one roll and you got all 10 pins. In a spare, you took 2 balls and you rolled it. So the 2 balls you took might be the moons of Mars. The 1 ball you took for the strike could be the moon of Earth. And like I spoke earlier, Mercury and Venus have no moons. So I presume that Mercury enters into the moon of Earth and Venus enters into the moons of Mars. And then everything goes from there. And now what we see in our sky as the Earth moon, it is the Earth moon, okay, satellite, that is an arm stretched out from somewhere else, because it has nothing to do with our moon, the receiving moons of Mars or the headphones to the singular moon. The singular moon, Mercury, is okay, I believe stems out from Mars. You see where I said Mercury is in the singular moon? Well, it just so happens on this dice cube, the 4 and the 1 fits in the center over here. The Earth, 3 over here. Where else does the Earth play for, right? After 3 and 6, it shows you I have interference over here on the 4 corners. Where the 6 horse, the 6 connects to the 7th gate over here. The 2 moons of Mars connect to Earth, making it the 2 Mars moons, okay, becomes 3 and 2 equals to 5. And that would be Earth, right? And then the 1 moon, Luna, or anal, or annul, right? To annul something, right? That'll be a Mars, right? So Mars is the 3rd planet. The 4th planet, and it gets 1 moon equaling to 5. So we end up also, we have to remember, (11 and 10, 21). The 2 Mars moons and Earth equal 5. Whoop, I wanted to add something to this. this is what happens. Mars, moons. There are two. Earth, Moon, Luna, Anal, Cancel. There's one. Mars, the fourth planet, plus 1 equals 5. Earth, the third planet, plus the 2 equals 5. BC and AD, A, B, C, D, after the death, before the Christ. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, equals to 5 and 4 equals to 9. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, equals to 5 and 6 equals to 11, 9, 11. Bringing the two systems together. Here's your basic 30 creation. 1 and 30 equals to 31. 1 and 31 equals to 32. We're going to get into that on another date. If you remind me, that would be the 31 days in a month. Stretching it out from the 1st to the 31st equals to 32. There are 7 of them. Here in this one, and the other one would be 31, right? Days, 30 days, and there are 4 of them. Remember, 7 and 4, 7 months and 31 days, 4 months and 30, 74 is energy, 74 is cross, 74 is Messiah, 74 is Muhammad, 74 is Jesus, 47 is the beast, 47 is bull. Bull is going to connect to the ox, and bull is going to connect the Taurus. When we connect this one over here, 5 and 4, 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 equals to 9 and 20, 29. 30 and 11 is 41. You see the same 41. On the first level and on the second level, you come back to the first level. They both end in 29. They both end with 18 and 11. This is your creation of the spirit and the spirit in the heaven. Creation and the spirit in the heaven coming together. This one is your 9. This one's your 2 coming together in the Venus house. There are 4 parts to that house. The French tell us when you say 80, you say 4 times 20, right? And the 20, from 1 through 20 and 20 equals 21, right? You're never going to get all 21. The cube is going to sit like this. You're only going to get 5 sides. You're only going to get 20 of 21. You have the possibility to get 20 of 21. Always 14 to the ring, and always a number up on top and below. Now I'm going to put the camera down here. It's going to be easier and clearer, right? But if we're talking, I don't know if I have it in here. Time, the beast of burden. We did this. What is 1111? 1111 is the ring around here. It's not just it's 1111, right? 11 this way and 11 this way. But when we hit 1111, we also hit 77. Every side of this in the blueprints. These are the blueprints. This is what it is. Punch me out the 5 hole. Punch me out the 4. Why don't you punch me out all 9? Right? Just punch me out all 9. Did we do that already here? Punch me out all 9. We showed you what this was. Either you have 1 of 9 or you have 9 1s. Either you have 2 8s or 8 2s. Time, heaven, TH. In this word, the beginning and the end of teaching, time, heaven, 28, 15, 28, 1, 6, 1. Now, if you want to continue to do the math, we can do the math on this. What I'm going to get to is we go from 4th, right, all the way to 20th. TH and TH. This is going to be for Mars. We live within inside the vibration of the oceans, the vessel that holds the body of water of who you are. If the water dries up, there is no you. If we look at the Ankh, I didn't finish drawing this yet to better understand it, right? I have to understand it, but I did mention something before. the Earth movement is a little bit different. I mentioned this earlier. When you do this, right, compared, hold on a second. I'm just thinking, I just have to do something here. I want to see if I get this right. Obviously, I got it wrong. This and this are the same. This fits in here. Now, if I want to crisscross with this one, this is the way I can crisscross here. This is 22. This is going to be 44 equaling to 8 and 16 equals to 24 equals to 8 and 6 equals to 14 equals to 5 and 4 equals to 20 and 9 equals to 29. February 96 in rotation of 33. 3 times 3 plus 3 is 9 and 6. The word February equals to 96. 4 times 4 plus 4 equals to 8 and 16, 24. 2 times 4 plus 4 equals to 8 and 6 equals to 14. Dividing the 7th gate. 5 times 4 plus 4 is 20 and 9. The 29th day in February brings on the leap year. It brings on Venus with your birth, but this is incomplete. Your completion is when it reaches the 39, and it's ironic that angel and 10 and 3 by 13 equals to 39. That the 13 is not just the 13 alone, it's a 1 and a 3, right? This 1, 3 will be 1 and 3 and 1 equals to 5, or 3 and 1 and 3 equals to 7. It just so happens that our birth is 57. What's up? Can you move over just a little bit? Okay, come. Just a little bit. So let me move this over. 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 And now we're just going to move you over. Just a little bit over here. Right here. Now please stay there. You see, she can't stay because this, right? The first computer, you ever see the first computer? They were huge. They were huge. Well, the cat and the dog are those computers inside of us. Our communication. We have to understand what's going on with these cats and these dogs, because hey, when you pass away and your body starts to rot, stuff comes out of you and you say, hey, it wasn't me, but it is. That's just a continuation of an organism that grew even larger, and it turned out to be a cat. Just like the game of pool has 15 balls, the game of darts has 20 areas with a bullseye of 50 and a 25 green equaling to 75. 75 equals 2 electric. Just give me a minute here. I just had a comment from I had a message from Sid Goldberg. Let's see. Just want to write him back. Whoop. Yeah, I didn't write it back very good. I was in capital letters, right? They said, thank you for the note. I'm not numerically adept to understanding the depth of this science that you shared. It won't impact my understanding, right? Okay, so let me get back to this. I was just very happy you answered me. Cats and dogs date back in Egypt. So the cat meows, woman, matter, energy, and the dog bark, arc, arc, who's coming, arc, bark. I'm just trying, I have to remember, bark, bark on a tree, the dog barks, barking up a tree. I'd have to think of it. The cat buries in the litter, in the sand, in the box, in the box, in the box. The dog is looking for the fire hydrant, F and H. It's looking for a gateway, F, fire, H, hydrant, the hydrate, right? So the dog is looking for something a little bit different than the cat, right? And when you take your feces and you put it in water, it all separates apart. Now we can look for the information. But with the cat, it's all drying out, like it's trying to hide the information. Cat equals to 24, 2 and 4, 6. Dog equals to 26, 2 and 6, 8. The 8 and 6, the dividing of the seventh gate, comes together when speaking about dogs and cats. Cat is 12 and dog is 13, which brings on the 12 of the female, the 13 of the male. They overlap, odd and even, over each other, 3 and 4 representing Earth and Mars again, where the 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 8, and the 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 9 and 6, your rotation from your birth into life, equaling to 15, 1 and 5, in which all the Roman numerals are 1 and 5, to where Area 51 is where 432 vibration fits in, to where 1,440 minutes and 3 days of your creation equals to 432 minutes, or 4,320, right? Minutes in 3 days. When you bring on the fourth element, when you bring on the 1,440 minutes in a day, right? When you have 2 days or 3 days, it becomes this, right? This is minutes, right? And this will be 3 times. But when you get the 4th time and you create the mirror, you end up with this, right? Orange moon, basics. Spirit of 76. Electric moon, Earth and Mars. But you know what this is also equal to? This is equal to 2,000. This is 500 times 4, and this is 1,440 times 4. Can we reduce this? You got beautiful lines. Okay, so how else can I reduce this? Let me see. 5760 divided by 2 equals 2880. 5760 divided by what? What can I divide it by? By 4? 5760 divided by 5? 1152. I'm going to have to think about that. But anyways, I'm going to show you Roman numerals. M13, the 13th letter. 1001. 4. The next one is C. Okay, C is 03. C is 100. I made a mistake, right? It's supposed to be D. Let me fix that. It's D, and D is the 4th letter. It's valued at 500. 5 plus 0, 5. The next one is C. C is the 3rd letter. 3 and 4 reverse of each other. It's 443, dividing the day and the night at 1500. right? Mars, right? This is 3. This is valued at 100. So when you begin the first 3, right, your first part of your first part, it's 700, and we have a 1. And the next one after C is L, and L is the 12th letter, equaling to a 3, equaling to a 3, equaling to 4. The reverse cube is exactly this. Now this one over here will give you 50. 5 plus 0 is 5. So you can see over here that the Roman numeral, right, that X equals to the 24th letter, the dividing gate. And let me do this on a new page so you can see it. But first, before I get to that, I'm going to repeat this. I want to show you something. We can do this to Earth, right? You see that with Earth, right? I can't do this. If I needed to keep something directly in the center, I would have to do this. And then what I would have to do, right, is this. So I'm going to show you what's going on in this. Let me just sharpen this pencil. Wow. You know what? I don't like to use just... Whoop. Yeah, I just want to put my my own thing in here every time I use one of my products for this project. Right, my bank account seems to disappear at a buck a pen. So what happens? Let me see. Let me see if we can do this. So what happens is this, and then what happens here is this. Because the only way to cross through here, you see, I can't draw a line through here. The only time I can draw a line is if it's on a line, right? I can draw a line here, here. I can draw a line here and here, right? So this is the way it gets divided up, this cube, the Earth cube, like this. Now, this is only one way, but now I can do it the other way, right? See, I went this way, now I'm going to do this way, right? And then over here, I'm going to do that way. And that's the way it turns out. And then after that, we have this block section here, this block section over here, this block section over here, and this block section over here. So when you're looking at this offset star, you're actually looking at this. And now if this was compromised and completed, right, it would look like this, then it would look like this and like this, right? At the same time, it'll look like this and like this, right? And you'd be drawing it like this, and we'd have the arrow or the flesh, and it, right? And if we ran it up to here, we'd end up with this, and this would be the sign, right? Don't you know this sign is the sign of the Alliance, or the Pontiac sign? So do you understand how things come together? Do you follow what's going on? If I was to draw this, this would go here, this one here, and then this one would go here. And let me see if I can fix this. I should have drawn this bigger, right? Should I do it this way? Should I have... Let me see if I do this, right? And then we'd end up with that design here. But if we took it a little bit further, right, this would be cutting through here, right? I'm just trying to see if we got this, if I did this properly. This cuts this way, this cuts this way. I'm not sure if that's the way it gets done. Like a little tower. You see the way it goes up into a tower? I didn't want to do that. I don't want to mess up my paper here. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Now the other thing is I just want to jump on to something that I'm not sure if you mind if you say my name. Roman numerals, right? Let's get to the Roman numerals. Then I'm going to get to Thoth, right? So when we get the Roman numerals, we have M1000. 1 plus 0 is 1, right? 1 is number 34, 1. Then we have D500. And then we get, let me see, right, 5 plus 0 is 5. 76. Spirit of 76. C100. 1 plus 0 is 1, right? And then we get 34. 1, right? And then what we get here is, what's the next one? L. And L is 50, right? You know, if I would, I'm going to show you something after, and that would be 5, and that would be 42. 5. So here, right, 3 times 4, 3 plus 4, okay, is going to be 12 and 7 equals to 19. But that 19 is the letter S, and it's going to create a gateway. Or, sorry, it's going to connect. It's going to connect the left side with the right side. The Republicans and the Democrats are going to be connected. They have to work together, right? 1 and 8 equals 9. 2 and 7, right, equals 9. 4 and 5 equals 9. 3 and 6, well, 3 and 6 equals 9. If you notice, it's the 3 and 6 on the inside, the I of the 3 and 6, just because that 3 and 6 is very important. It's creation of the half-life, okay? Creation of the half-life, your 369. This is within the house, this is within the sun, this is the heaven spirit connect. I say it that way because I say it that way is we have to understand that when you say this, we are going to say 10-8. Right? When you're talking in French, we don't know if it's 10-8 equaling to 18, or if it's 10, sorry, or if it's 10 minus 8 equaling to 2B or equaling to R. You know when B and R come together, asleep or awake, right? There's 4 worlds of this. This one fits into the sun. Now when we go ahead, and if you notice, we didn't use the 9 over here, right? But now what we're going to do, right, is we're going to go, and we're going to go 2 and 9 equals 11. 3 and 8 equals 11. 4 and 7 equals 11. 5 and 6 equals 11. We have to find out what's on the inside, what's on the outside. So if we look at this, the actuality, right, is this 36 fits on the inside over here, right? Now, what's its difference from the core, right? The 3 from the difference of the core of this is 4.5, right? What is the distance between 3 and 4.5? It's 1.5. If I took the 6 and I went 1.5 minus 6, it equaled to 4.5. 4.5 or Fox. It's a numeric value that fits with Fox. 54 is a numeric value that fits with love. It fits with also the sun. Love is very important word. This is 45. This is 54. The IT system in the sun. Did you know the reverse of this over here? In fact, this is 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 4, 6, 3 and 3, 6. 3 and 3 equals to 6. You know what the reverse of this? 4 and 4 equals to 8. Did you know that 5 and 1 equals to 6? Did you know that the 2 and 6 equals to 8? Did you know that the 4 and 2 equals to 6, right? In which the 3 and 5 equals to 8. Pretty ironic, right? Well, how about 3 times 3 equals to 9, and 4 times 4 equals to 16, equals to 24, equals to 15, 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 4, 6. Or how about 5 times 1 equals to 5 equals to 11, 2 times 6 equals to 12. where 1 and 1 is 2, or 2 plus 0 is 2? Or how about 4 times 2 equals to 8? And how about 3 times 5 equals to 15? 15 plus 8 equals to 23. 8 plus 6 equals to 14. 2 and 3, 5. 1 and 4, 5. 1 and 1, 2, 2. They're absolutely perfect. And it's what? It's HQZ, 8 and 17 and 26 equals to 51. Mars, Puck, PCU, Rubik's Cube, on ice, rotating everything at 120. Why is it telling me that? Why is Mars telling me it's rotating Earth at 120 and the birth at 90? Why is Mars telling me it's cold blue and it's a CD instead of what is a DC? This is the 3 and 4, 7. This is the 4 and 3, 7. So when you set up numbers with or without the shoelace, right, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. It should be 10, 11, 12, right? So here, right, when I do this, okay, here I must use these 2 rows. But going down this way, I go down the row this way. When I use these 2 rows, right, I'm going to get Mars out of this. When I use this singular row, I'm going to get Earth out of this, right? The singular row, 1 between 2. Just like when we play cribbage, right? We have 2 players, get 6 cards each. But when they take the 2 cards, right, they have to break it up into 3 groups of 4. So we have to have an operator in between. We separated the game. This is your shoelace. You begin with 1, right? You begin here and you end here. So your beginning is 1, your end is 3. So if we're talking about 13, what is 13? 13, 13, 13 equals to 39. 31, 31, 31. We have angels in 10. We have Saturn. But if we mix it up, it's 57. And if we do it this way, electric moon, angels of Saturn. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. The connection and moving of numbers is 4, 4, 4, and 4. The connection of numbers is 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. The connection of numbers is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. The connection of numbers is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's the way this works. Great Britain control. GB, right? What is number 512? What is Great Britain? How does that come into it? Right? Green and red. Great Britain, if I remember correctly, Great, GR25, EA6 is 31. Great equals to 51 Mars. And Britain is 73 with Nibiru. Creation of the 7th gate. Quilt pattern, sure. Everything's here. Transparency. Creation was remade in creation. It was a continuation. And then they made games out of everything. You know, we spoke about the yin and the yang. There's 2 eyes, but you only get one of the eyes. It's either this eye you get, or it's this eye you get. Notice the way this one's going that way. This is my S, and then this is my S. The same thing for the wings. Here's our wings. But it's not only this, right? It's also like this. See the 2 L's coming together? But when it's like this, right, the calculator turns this way. And now we're going to go, look. See that number here? It'll be 1, 2, 3, and 6. See this here? It'll be 4, 7, and 8, and 9. Now if I flip it up this way, right, I'll have to flip my calculator up, and then you'll take a look what the numbers are. This just keeps turning around. These are the wings. And there's a movement on here. And the movement on this, oh, did I finish the Roman numerals yet? Let me finish the Roman numerals, right? I didn't even finish the Roman numerals. So I'm just going to do the Roman numerals real quick, okay? So now when you look at Roman numerals, right, M1000, when you count them, right, 15, 1666, and you want to know if does it mean anything, well, when you divide 5 by 3, right, it equals to 1.666. 11 craps, born your creation into the E world. Your creation from Mars into the E world, the electronic world. Going from 10 down to 500 will give me 900, 800, 700, and 600. 15 and 15, right, equals to 30, equals to 9. Your 39 angel. 9 and 6, 15, your gateway in rotation to the sun, the heaven's gate, the queen and the king. Each one of these will be a difference of 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. So we can see this, right? Now, you know what this is? MDC. Well, look at this. First and last. First and last. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 and 1. Let's do it this way. I like to put 1 and 1, right? Let me see if I can get another color out here. Okay, now what we're going to do, okay, is this one over here, D, right? D is 5. And X, oh, I'm missing one here. It's V. V is 5. That's why I need good ones. I press very hard. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to X, right? And X is 10, so we get 1. X is 10, we get 1. L is 50, we get 5. C is 100, 1. C is 101. So this is what we're going to do. Did I do it right? 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1. So we went over here with 1 and over here with 1. So let's see if we can do this. We went 1 over to 1. Now we went 5 over to 5. Then we went 1 over to 1. Then we went 1 over to 1. We did it even. 1 here, 1 here, 5 here, 5 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and the separation is right over here. So on this side, right, we have 6, 7, 8. And on this side, we have 6, 7, 8, and everything is connected with 5. 58. Half of 58, 29, the IT system in the sun. The word 2 for Venus, right? The word 2 is 58. 5 and 8 equals to 13, and 40 equaling to 53. 55, by the way, which is Sky Pass, equals to 25 and 10 equaling to 35. They equal 88. So this is your Roman numeral of 1776. It's absolutely perfect. Talking about 515, Federation of Mars. That's what this is telling us. Your vibration all comes out of Mars. If you want to know about the tuning, right, our electrical outlets go up to 120, right? So you can use any number up to 120, right? But we were using 108. 108 is 36 times 3 equals 108. The sun is 54 times 2 equaling to 108. The 4 times 4 by 27 equals to 108. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 9 equals to 18 plus 9 equals to 27. The word ball is 27. The word bet is 27. We live inside the house of bait right here at the 7th gate. The void, the headless horseman, is right over here inside of this. The E world coming together. 5 and 2. B. Now this is where we go 4 times, okay? 4 times 108 equals your 432 vibration, in which what they did is they took our Sky Pass at 55 times 2 equals to the 110 yards, the 110 yards in the CFL football, right? And when you multiply 4 by 110, it equals to 440. This number over here, right, is going to be your birth and vibration. This one is going to divide everything from Mars. It'll create 16 and 8 equaling to 24. This is the Pluto system of birth. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will divide that 7th gate. 6 and 1 equals to 7. You now have 7 and 8. To create this, it's 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8 equals to 7. This number will continue to rotate. This will equal to 15 and 56 equaling to 71. 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. And then 222 and 333. And then you start over and you mirror at 444. So 4 times this is 284. That's when you begin your mirror. Your 28th cycle, your 84 Pluto, your 24 to the 7th gate, divided 7th gate. In gematria, it shows you there is no 8. All 8s are 6s. The 8 is the divided gate, playing beneath the 7. Right, let me just show you this. Right over here. See this over here? 66 comes together over here. 7 is over here. 8 is down here. At the same time, we create this cage like over here. Right? There's a house here and a house here. And when we bring these two together, there's a house here. Now, I'm not sure if I can take a screenshot right of this. Just give me a second. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to get rid of it. And okay, just 1 second. Where am I going? Okay, I don't have it here right now. So I'm just trying to, so I'm just going to show you really quick that what happens is we get number 7 over here. We get 5 over here. We get 5 over here. The E world of 5, it's 5, right? E, and then it's 7. But if we switch it around, it'll be G5, right? It'll be 12 and it'll be 13. This equals to 3 and 4. This equals to 2 and 3. 2 and 3 equals to 5. 3 and 4 equals to 7. This becomes E, and this becomes G. The reverse of this is V, and the reverse of this is T. And look at that. It's 20, 22 TV, 222. Venus, male and the female, coming into the moon, the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah. What happens over here is we reach up and we connect this over here. And this over here. And this one over here. Right, is 66. And remember, when I told you 66 before for playing cribbage, that's going to be broken up into 4, 4, 4. We're now going to have an operator involved in this. So when Mars gets involved and creates within Earth, they have an operator. Somebody else is holding that 4 to speak to you and to speak to them. And we started with 66. We're going to share it, right? Where do you think the 8 shows up? The 8 shows up right over here. The 8 shows up right over here. The 8 covers both 6s and the 7. The 6s are joined inside the 5. Your 5 and 6, 11, to your 6 and 7, 13. Your connection. And then the 9, right? The 9, if you want to do this again. The 9 shows up over here. The 5 is over here. So if we want to see, and the 7 is over here, and we have to understand these are very special numbers, right? Your 7 and your 9 are very special numbers. $107 is the total. 10 and 7. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. J and G. 7 and 10, 17. I don't know how to explain it, but it has to do with the gateway of Earth, your mirror creation, or your polar creation. Also, we're going to show you that 6 and 3 spells this. 5 and 4 spells this. The total is the reverse of Rubik's Cube, 7, 11. 11 equals to 63, and 7 equals to 65, equals to 911. Bringing two worlds together, and like I showed you before in the last page, when you bring these two worlds together, you're bringing them together 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. So we use the 8, we use the 8, we use the 7, we use the 7, we use the 5, we use the 5, we use the 6, we use the 6, we use the 3, we use the 2. We never use the 1. Here we use the 9, and here we use the 1, but we never use 1 and 9, right? So 9 and 1 brings two worlds together. And then you end up connecting 2 and 9, and 3 and 8, and 5 and 6, and it looks like this. This can also be restructured. Now there's math that's going on in here, because this will be 18, this will be 24, this will be 28, and this will be 30. The 28-day cycle of the moon. If you minus it, it shows you your rotation. This represents ape. This represents the club. This will represent 35, ape, and 35, and it creates the heart. It also reduces to 13. You're 13 by 13. Now it's another equation to come in here, but that's how you're rotating. With your 1 and your 3 and your 13, your electric moon. You're rotating inside of this one here. This is who you are. This is who you are moving with inside of this, right? The minute we come into creation, into the mirror, we come into the E world, right? We are man 6 in the E world. We're supported by the 5. This one here is energy. It is Jesus. And then we put it into our body. We transfer it into our body. This one is 41, home king. This is 39 for the angels. This is 35, or 1.25. The cycle of 28 equals to what is 35, which is the heart of this, of Rubik's Cube. 1 and 7, 3.5 center times 3 is 105. You notice they sell things in 3.5s and 14s and 28s, a whole ounce, right? They don't sell it at 105, the hand of God, which is also the crossing pattern between 70 and 35. One of the reasons I believe that they have, oh yeah, 3 and 5 is 8 and 7, right? There's a gateway right there. Well, if we're looking at that gateway is on Highway 70 and Highway 35, running from Kansas City or Kansas through Oklahoma down into Texas. Both those highways crisscross over there, and that's where the power source is for the cube, the rotation of that cube in one of those zones right over there. Right? Six, 5, 6, 7, very powerful. I was showing you before about the penny. We learned about the penny tonight, what happens, what it divulges. We also have to note that there's artwork for everything, that when we connect the 9, we create an X and then a 1. When we create the 11, and I'm going to make the next one smaller because I don't have enough room, right? When I connect the 11, I'm going to connect like that. So you can see it's X1, and this one will be X1. This one will represent 11 when we're talking about 9. And when we're talking about 11, this one will tell me 9. X minus 1, X plus 1, 9, 11, 9, 11. But this is not the only way to connect that system, right? If you're going to do the same thing, right? And this is where I'm going to bring your stuff out there. We shared with somebody if she'd like to, I think it's a girl. I'm not allowed to say that, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm not sure if it's, hold on a second. Yes, here it is, right here, right? The Dragon Age, Return of Dragon Ball Z, number 59, into the E world. Is it the veil? Is it the veil? Because in veil, it is live. L-I. It is the lie, the veil. It is 33. It is live. Stand on guard for these, finishing in 3rd. The gateway, universal gateway, 28 into the moon. You have rise of the rook. This is 51, the resident angel, right? This is going to represent 9 and 19. Your birth is going to come and bring the 2 worlds into the E world as easy as it can be. When you add up 1 through 19, you come to the other side of 180 degrees. Moon, rook, anything with 2, talking about the moons of Mars. 41, 59, talking about dragon, talking about what else is number 59? Tiger, dragon, both 59, the 3rd and then the 5th. Chinese zodiac sign. The rook, if you know how the rook moves, right? And my project, if you take a look at, let me see if I got this over here. Hold on a second. When you look over here, it says the return of Dragon Ball Z, the signal testing system. Satan 1 and Satan 2. Do you know 8? 8, 10. Satan is saying 8, 10. So now what we're going to do is, like I said, it's the movement of the rook. When I go from here, if I'm a rook, the rook goes 2 and 1 or 1 and 2, and that's how the rook moves. Right? The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here. I did that. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. The rook will go from here over to here. More or less, if I did this properly,
I did this properly, the rook went from here to here and down to here, and from here to here and up to here. And then it went from here to here and here to here and here to here and here to here. And this is how the work moves. This is your rook creating this. Now, I did this years and years ago. Now, I'm not sure if this means anything. So this is what happens over here. At the same time, if we want, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Whoop, I didn't do this right. I didn't do this right, but it's okay. Did I do that right? Did I get the stop sign inside of there? Right? I didn't want to do the actual stop sign. I'm just going to do this again just for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do it by 5. You can't really do it by 5 because you can't find the center, right? I'm just doing it really quick. And what I was looking for, see, I was just looking for that box in the center. And then with that box, right, I'm not sure if that's the way it looks or if the box, I'm just trying to see how that box is supposed to turn out. Anyways, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, right? Did I get that properly? Did I do that properly? Did I do that properly? No, I did it wrong again. But anyways, whatever, it's all okay. Anyways, you get the drift of this, right? But it doesn't stay like this, right? Because what I'm supposed to do, hold on a second. I just want to go back to finishing off what I started. Just give me a second. So we did this, and then we have how matrix works. Thank you, Cynthia, for sharing this. And then we have this, which is very special. 15, 24, 34, 44, 54, 56, right? You notice the way they create an I this way, right? So we're going to write down these letters. O, I, T, L, J, S, and Z. So we're going to get, let me move this over. Oh yeah, and then I'm also going to work on this, but if you notice, this is what serves this, and then it serves this one, right? They serve between the male and the, I'm going to assume between the male and the female, we have it set up at the synagogue, and I think, I'm not, yeah, that's okay. I don't know what it says there, right? Tetris lingo, right? Every player should know the Tetris lingo, right? Tetraminio moni. Okay, we're just going to take that here. So what we get is we get Z26, we get O15, we get I, right? 09, we get T20. Look, we got Zoit. Then we get L12, we get J10, we get S19, 6, 11, 22, and 9 is 31, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 111. You can't make that up, right? You just can't make that stuff up. The core of 36 numbers is 111. For those who haven't seen this, Whoop, just hold on a second. It was unplugged. I'm just trying to plug the plug in again. I'm just trying to figure out why this. Anyways, I got this. Oh my God. Let me see if I can just show you that. So you see the four over this over here, right? Right where those hexagons are. Well, that one's all covered up, right? Or right where these hexagons are, that's the 111 spot. It's the heart of 36. It's the heart of 36. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning and it's really time for bed. Oh, it's 2:22 in the morning, right? 2:22, 142 minutes. Is that what it is? So we're going to end it a little bit very soon. The 8-point star, yes, the 8-point star. It's the movement of the rook that will create that. It goes all the way around and there's a whole bunch of numbers that come. Let me see what else I put. There was the Tate. Now the Tate in Hebrew is head, right? It looks like the head is under a lock. The other thing about this alphabet is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 letters, right? We need the 7 letters for the gate. 7 by 27 equals to 189. That is the reverse alphabet. The reverse alphabet of this is going to be A, L, R, G, O, Q, H, Algo. I don't know. This is the reverse alphabet over here. And if you notice, there's a monkey over here, all right? And there's a dragon over here. Monkey 83, dragon 59. Here is the reverse. 1, 12, 18, 7, 15, 17, and 8. Wow, take a look at that, eh? Did I do that right? H, 27, 27. Oh, yeah, they're all 27s. They all have to be 27s, right? But this one's an 8, and this one's an 8. How's that possible? Is that possible? Is that what it is? Here's a 6. Our 6 and 8 combat each other. Well, they're the opposite of each other. So we have 8, 8, 6, 7, 9, 3, 1. And then over here we have 8, 6, 9, 2, 3, 1, 1. 14, 23, 24, 25, 28. We have 30 on this side, right? So that means we're going to have 63. We're going to have 33 on this side. 4, 13, 20, 26, 26 and 34, 42. Is that right? 42, 16, 22, 29, 39, 42. I'm just trying to figure out reverse alphabet of 27 equals to 9. So we have to have 7 times 9 is 63. There's a mistake. 14, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30. 72, 72. Just let me think. 72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 9 is 63. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. 7 by 27. 9 and 8 is 17 is 18. I'm trying to figure out where my little problem in my calculation is. 8, 8, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. So we have 27, 54, 81, 108, 108, and 81. 189 is right. Am I doing this right? This will be the leftover as that is 72. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't know why I'm having trouble understanding something for some reason. 9, 9, 9. 1 9, 2 9s, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Why do I have that? 8 and 8, 22, and 7 is 29, 38. They're 9, 40, 41, 42. Oh, because there's a double reduction over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16, 22, 30. Anyways, I can't figure out what it is, but it's telling me this is the gateway into your creation through Mars. 1 and 8, 3 and 6. This one over here is going to be 9 and 9. You notice the way this one comes out to 6 and 3, and this one comes out to 8 and 1, and 2 and 7, and 3 and 6. Look what happens when you get to the I, right? When you reduce it, right? They're both 9s. So we have to understand that also. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go next. Thank goodness it's Friday. TGIF, right? Oh my God, right. Very good. Wow. Yes. TGI, whoop. TGIF. So this is going to be 9 and 6 in rotation, and this is going to be 2 gates, 7 and 20, 27 and 15. And you know what's funny? The word fish, right, is also 42. It's 27 and 15. It's very ironic, 6 and 9 in rotation of the sun. We've all seen this before, right? 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. It shows it's the percentage sign. But once it shows the percentage sign, it automatically shows you it's star hex, right? And if I would run by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? This is going to tell me 2, 5, 8, 15, 4, 5, 6, 15, 3, 5, 7, 15, 45. So this is what the hex, but when you add in the 4th line and you close it in, you lock in the 4th one. You bar everything. That's going to be your heavens. Now you can just, just finish off. And it was also the percentage sign, just to let you know. This is the star system. The Twin Towers. Lamed connects. Lamed connects. And now you have, which way do you want to look at the towers? How do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at it as maybe we have, or do you want to put wings on it? Should we put wings on it? So when you're driving around thinking of 666 or number 33, right, you're going to see it right over here. And this is your tower. You see the way the 8 comes and locks in your army strikes? They also call it the chevron. That's also going to be representing the goat. And if it represents the goat, it's going to represent number 8. It's also going to represent number 1, the Bélier. 1 and 8 go together, the one spirit in the heavens. The one spirit that rules the heavens, the center of Rubik's Cube. So I'm a little bit tired now. It's going to be time to end this. I think I got a lot of stuff done. If anybody has any questions, the skeleton of numerology. We have to understand now, I haven't showed all the rotations. I haven't gone into the hockey, and they created a 5th team in the NHL out of 32. So there's 27 and 5 teams in the NHL, and there's 5 teams that do not have an S. The 5 teams that do not have an S, remember, the S connects 2 systems together. So if you don't have the S, you're not connecting the 2 systems. These teams are going to give us, tell us a story. 2 of the teams, right? I think it's the Utah Hockey Club and the other one is the Tampa Bay Lightning, Light 10-9. Tampa Bay, and the other one is the Krakens, which is Seattle Kraken. The other one is the Colorado Avalanche, Minnesota Wild. So we have to look at these places and try to understand what's going on in these places. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. You want to take a look? We have this on the floor. Let me just do something here. Right. So we have this on the floor, and if you want to understand it, one of the things we talk about is, 36, 36, 36, right? What it is these three here and those three there connect together. There's 33 and 3 connectors. 33, so there's 36, 36, right? Now I duplicated here for 108, and once I add this one on here, we have 2 of these smiley faces, but I only have 1 of these. So I must add on this one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I add all these and I see the design that comes out. I know whether or not I need to duplicate it again. When I get here, I see the X, I see the Y. I see the X, I see the Y, I see how it duplicates. It meets over here. The cube fits in over here. The pointed part will be the Mars. The lines will end up being the Earth. So Earth is going to be moving this way. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Mars is going to be moving up and down by 3s, right? You notice the way this bar and the Y only goes one way. This one goes both ways, possibly connecting 159 with 357, possibly connecting 159, okay, and over here, let's say it connects 159, and then over here with the 7, but not with the 3. The 3 is eliminated, and your creation comes inside over here. If you understand what I'm talking about, we can go over this. There's a lot of missing pieces, and I can show you how certain designs work with the numbers. Fox headquarters, thank you for watching this video. We are not alone. I just want to sit here for 1 more minute. And if anybody can help out and support the channel, I'm not going to tell you how much I spend a month. If I want to be transparent, I probably spend $100 or so a month between pens, pencils, whiteout, whatever else it is. But anyways, life is to live, and I am here because I believe that if we join our hands together and find the knowledge that the Lord of creation has never left us alone. We just stopped looking for the missing pieces that we needed. If we really wanted to find it, it was all here. Don't do anything bad. Don't do anything wrong. You don't have to know anything else. We were given the motherboard, right? We were given all the elements. We were given all the feelings. We were given everything, right? But then we decided to go to pray to a fake God. It was a book. We don't know who wrote the book because somebody said they wrote the book. How is it possible this happened? As easy as you can say miracles, this was a backwards miracle. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. We need to stay strong. We need to work together. We need to understand maybe the last time we suffer is going to be to make everything better. So we have to understand what is that going to be. We are going to have to make ferocious choices in the very short future. If I don't see you, okay, and if you're from the U.S., just to let you know that 88 is a gateway, Andromeda. That 88022 is 8 go in creation. 88022, if you know what I'm talking about. That word also, Trump is 88. Purple is 88. It's the bringing together of the red and the blue. So do you think there's any sides are good? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. 2024 says tax. Thank you for watching this video.